This is young Snoop Dogg, who early in his career was actively involved in working with Dr. Dre. As for Dr. Dre, he had left NWA and started a rivalry with Eazy-E, which is why on the album The Chronic, the music producer attacked his former colleague. Many years later, Snoop Dogg explained why he attacked Eazy-E, despite being a fan of his work. Snoop mentioned that when he joined Dr. Dre, he could never say something like, "Easy, you're amazing." He always had to adopt a confrontational attitude toward him. Have you ever had the chance to tell the story, man? Anyway, let's go back to the year 1995 when the Dogg Pound and Snoop Dogg released the music video for New York, New York. Mobb Deep didn't like this video because Snoop, and they made a video tearing down buildings in New York. During the shooting of the New York, New York music video, there was a shootout after Biggie said the following on one of the radio stations: "I can't believe New York allows the Dogg Pound and Tupac to shoot a video in our city, in the heart of Times Square." However, Tupac wasn't there. Corrupt and Snoop Dogg called Suge and Tupac, and Pac said they tried to kill the Death Row comrades. The relationship between Tupac and Snoop Dogg continued to worsen after that, as Snoop decided to stay in touch with Bad Boy Records. The climax was when Tupac, Snoop, and the entire Death Row team were in New York in early September 1996 for the 1996 MTV Music Video Awards. First, Snoop didn't show up to rehearse and record his performance with Tupac on Saturday Night Live. So, in the midst of the East-West rivalry, Snoop was on the local radio station stating that he had nothing but love for Biggie and Puffy. Tupac took particular offense. Later, during that flight, Snoop feared for his life, as he would mention on several occasions afterward. The two rappers went their separate ways, and Tupac was fatally shot just a few days later, with no chance to resolve the dispute. In an interview, Snoop recounted his last encounter with Tupac during the flight, where they talked and did various things. Another issue contributed to the deterioration of the relationship between Tupac and Snoop Dogg, worsening day by day. In the end, Pac and Snoop hated each other, evidenced by the fact that when Snoop released Dogg Father, Tupac wasn't on one of the tracks. Pac didn't like Dre, but this would change after Pac's death, due to jealousy, as Tupac suddenly became a huge star, receiving all the attention and spotlight. Interestingly, not long ago, Snoop Dogg revealed in an interview on Big Boy TV that he doesn't like Tupac's diss music, even when Hit 'Em Up was played. He said he didn't enjoy the song, right? Did you feel the same? You're getting into more trouble because by buying into problems, Napoleon and Reggie Wright Jr. were completely surprised by Snoop's words. He was expressing his love for Hit 'Em Up, nodding his head in his studio, and was on stage when Pac performed it, singing the lyrics with him at the House of Blues. Perhaps some things he couldn't personally say to Pac were still lies looking at him on stage at the House of Blues. Regarding Biggie, things are equally complicated. Snoop Dogg continued to claim that he and Biggie Smalls were always friendly and close. However, in an interview with the podcast The Art of Dialogue, Gene Deal, Diddy's former security, revealed that, in reality, Biggie Smalls hated Snoop Dogg and never respected him. Although it is known that Snoop Dogg and Biggie Smalls met in Atlanta after Tupac's death in 1996 to resolve any issues, according to Gene Deal, this meeting was pointless and completely false. The photo you see of Snoop and Biggie while they were out, the restaurant they went to meet, Biggie went into the studio and said, "I don't know why this guy Snoop is calling me. I'm not going to tell him where I am." Former Junior Mafia member Lil Caesar confirmed Snoop's version of events, so the truth remains unknown. After Biggie's murder and Suge's arrest, Snoop wanted to leave Death Row Records due to Suge Knight's anger over him staying in touch with Puff Daddy, aiming to end the conflict between Bad Boy and Death Row. "It's all good between me and him. That's what matters." Furthermore, Snoop didn't seem pleased with Suge Knight's words at the awards ceremony, where he accused Puffy of showing up in the works of all his protégés, not wanting to deal with the executive producer trying to appear in the video or song, although he later did the same thing. At some point, their relationship soured to the extent that Suge Knight wanted Snoop dead. The rumor is that in 1998, Snoop told the police he felt in grave danger after leaving Death Row Records, according to a memorandum produced by the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department. The rapper also told a sheriff's lieutenant that Knight had ordered the killing of Tupac, as stated in the memorandum, but no one was charged in the case. This was actively discussed a few years ago when the rapper talked about these documents, displaying Snoop Dogg's papers for everyone to see. Snoop Dogg commented on the matter, saying people know he had nothing to do with it. They had the same lawyers, and that person is trying to call him a snitch. By the way, he probably fabricated the documents. He works with the police. Suge and I are good now, so if I had spoken about him, we would never be cool, and that's a fact. Thank you for watching this far. Subscribe here to Vero and stay up to date with daily content. To the next.